The championships.
The academic excellence.
This way is the Roadrunner way.
The achievements are endless.
But that's not the only reason why we're here.
Our calling is higher than just wins and losses.
Degrees and awards.
No, there's more to it than that.
Our road to excellence
Is found when we
Compete passionately.
Accept responsibility.
Lead courageously.
And live unselfishly.
These principles will produce results in all the roles that we experience.
this way.
Is the Roadrunner way.
And that spirit lives in all of us.
Whether you're on campus,
Or part of the larger Dalton community.
excellence is not achieved alone.
We're all in this together.
This way.
Is the Roadrunner way.
Come with us.
This way.
This way.
This way.
This way.
This way.
This way.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of The Beat. I'm Eric Simpson, Sports Information Director for Dalton State College. Our guest today is Dalton State men's basketball coach, Alex Ireland. Alex, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So we're going to jump right in here. Everyone knows about the accomplishments of last season. 30-3 record, SSAC tournament title, a top 5 national ranking to end the year, and a number 1 seed in the NAIA tournament. Only the second time in school history we've had a number 1 seed. Those are just to name a few. I mean, the accomplishments go on and on from last season. So what was that season like for you being a second-year head coach?
Well, it was just a really fun season. And I think as much as we like to look back at some of the records, 30-3 and the rankings and the streaks and all that stuff is great. But the most fun part about it was just the time with the guys and the experience with the guys. Seeing the community get excited and seeing the community get behind us and support us was just phenomenal. And it was just a really fun year. It was fun to see Dalton turn out and be excited about what the Roadrunners are doing and be invested in what the Roadrunners are doing. It was fun to bring national recognition and see Dalton, Georgia listed on a national stage in the national rankings and some of the national polls and press releases, and see Dalton on the number 1 line of the national tournament. That was just really fun. It was really special. And it's, you don't say it's a once in a lifetime thing, obviously, because as a second-year head coach, I hope it happens several more times. But it was just special, and I enjoy appreciating it for what it was, and just enjoying the times we had, the memories we had, the games, and some of the fun experiences as a group, and some of the fun experiences in this town, and just appreciating it for what it was, and then moving on next year and trying to make next year as good as possible as well.
Absolutely. I know a lot of people didn't get to actually see it, but the turnout that we had in Montgomery for the SSAC tournament was just fantastic from a support standpoint.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. And we've had that support all year long. I mean, I had several coaches, and this is one of the cool things. I had several coaches throughout the year mention either our booster club or our fan support, and the kind of fan support we had. I know it was the envy of the entire tournament up there in Montgomery. We had the big booster club section. We had the big banner. We had a good show of support for every game, for all the games that we played, and the opposing team knew we had support there, and that's always been one of the good things about us, and one of the good things about Dalton. We've had the same thing for several years. Like when we go down to Life, we bring a lot of fans down to Life. Sometimes we bring more fans down to Life than Life had at Life. And it's just one of the special things about being a Roadrunner and being here in Dalton. And so it was really, really fun. And I have to admit, as a coach, it's a really cool thing to see the referees try to quiet your fan group down. try to take away the noise and some of the things that some of ways that our fans are showing support for us during games, because it's such a hard event. I mean, 3 games in 3 days,
Mm-hmm.
3 nationally ranked teams against 3 historic powerhouses in NAIA basketball, and to do that, to accomplish that is such a feat. But it's not quite as daunting when you have support at every game. When you get tired and the other team's making a run and you don't know if you can hang on, and then all of a sudden your crowd erupts. And you have
Right.
massive show of support, and it kind of gives you life, and all of a sudden your legs aren't as heavy, and all of a sudden you're not tired, and all of a sudden the aches and bumps and bruises don't hurt as bad. And it just kind of lifts your spirit and helps propel you on to the next round. It was really, really special.
Absolutely. So touching on something that you before we parlayed a little bit there into something added to the last question. You mentioned preparing and getting ready for next season. At any level of collegiate sports, recruiting's your lifeblood. You did that very well at other stops, but you've recruited extremely well since you've been in Dalton. What are a few things that you sell recruits on to get them to come to Dalton State?
Well, I think the biggest thing in recruiting is sales, and you can't sell without a product.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a product, I don't care how good of a salesman you are, you can't sell. If you don't have a quality product, you definitely cannot sell. And I think the thing is, I think the product that we sell is the best product in the nation. We have a phenomenal athletics program here. We always have. We have several programs that compete for national championships and are top, 5, 10 in the nation every single year.
Mm-hmm.
Basketball being one of them. And I was fortunate enough to inherit that tradition from Coach O and from Coach Engel, who built it before me and helped build it up. But the other thing we have that adds to our product is our town. Our hometown is unparalleled in NAIA athletics. And I mentioned it earlier. You see it in other coaches and other fan bases and other teams when they come here, and they're jealous of the fan support we have. They're jealous of the environment we have. They're jealous of the people we have in our town. But you also see it in our young men, and that's so important to us, because I firmly believe that young men are going to become who they are around when they're in college. I think that's one of the biggest parts of the college experience, is developing those relationships and being around the group of people you are. People always say that your friend group or your circle of people is going to become who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of morph into the type of people that you are around. And I think the opportunity for our young men and women throughout Dalton State athletics to be around the members of this community is an opportunity that's unparalleled. And it's an opportunity that no other school in the nation can offer. Every school has basketballs, every school has jerseys, every school has goals and a court and a gym, and every school gets gear with their logo on it and their name and all of that great stuff. But not every school, not every institution has the type of people that Dalton State College and Dalton State, Georgia have in their community. And the opportunity for our young men and women to live here,
mm-hmm.
learn from those people, to develop relationships with the people in this community, and to grow in this community is an opportunity that's completely unique to Dalton State. Nobody else has it. And it's been very, very beneficial to us. And I think, one of the greatest joys that I've had is to see the members of my program, or Coach Engel's program, or Coach O's program before me, to learn and grow from the people in this community, but then to graduate and give back to this community.
Right.
We've had several former players who have been employed in this community, who've stayed in this community after they graduate and become members of this community, valuable members of this community. And I think that's what we do. I think that's the crux of what we do. We teach basketball, we teach offense and defense and shooting and all that great stuff. But at the end of the day, we teach life skills.
Right.
And we help develop boys into men. And when we are able to have a young man here for 2, 3, 4 years, whatever the period of time is, and then they graduate and become members of this community, become valuable members of this community, and men or women, in some of our women's sports, become members of this community. I think that's the ultimate reward.
I couldn't agree more. So another thing you kind of touched on previously too, and kind of in that answer to your other question, was the men's basketball booster club. Now that was rebooted last season. It's very helpful in their first season back on the scene. So what are some of the major things they helped the program with?
Well, they help in all aspects, and I think our Roadrunner Basketball Club, which is our basketball booster club, or is the title of our basketball booster club, I think the best thing about it is it's made up of the men and women in this community.
Mm-hmm.
And it's another example of how this community has stepped up and supported not just the basketball program, not just the athletics program, not just athletes or basketball players, but the people, the young men and women in our athletics department. And because at the end of the day, the ball will go flat, whether it's a basketball, baseball, soccer ball, tennis ball, whatever it is, the ball will go flat, and you will be a man or a woman in this society. And they have, our booster club has really done a good job of supporting them as a whole person, not just as somebody who shoots a basketball into a goal.
Mm-hmm.
And so, they have helped to, develop relationships with our young men and women. They've helped to support our young men and women. They've become outlets and role models to our young men and women in our department, and just supported us. We have done things at games. We've restarted our booster club, so we've restarted our hospitality suite at our games. They've helped season tickets, and with our, like I said, with our hospitality suite at the games, which allows boosters to enjoy the games and eat great food and just mingle and meet people in this community and talk and enjoy the game and just kind of have a fellowship as the game goes on, and truly make our games more than just games, but make them community events. And that's what we ultimately want here at Dalton, because again, it's really not about basketball.
Mm-hmm.
It's really not about basketball. It's about the men and women on the court. It's about the men and women in this community,
mm-hmm.
and supporting this community and uplifting this community through what we do, through our games, which are basketball. So the booster club has been great in that. They've been great in supporting. I mean,
mm-hmm.
we had over half our booster club, and I would say half might even be a low number, loaded up and drove to Montgomery and was prepared to do so in Kansas City,
mm-hmm.
To help support our young men and women. But the biggest thing that we are doing as a booster club, the biggest initiative we have, is to financially help raise money for scholarships.
Right.
Because scholarships provide so much for us as a department and as a program in helping us not only attract the best young men athletically, but the best and most well-rounded young men, the best qualified young men for our program, but it also helps offer these young men an opportunity at an education,
mm-hmm.
at changing their lives and transforming their lives, and becoming that young man that we always dream of them becoming, to where they're able to graduate, get an education, better their lives, and then leave our institution better than what they came in, leave our institution as a more well-rounded young man.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the biggest initiative that we have as a booster club.
Right.
Through membership and through other forms to raise money for scholarships.
Perfect. And, we just mentioned, memberships, and I know it's one committee that they have set up. They have set up another committee to help handle some partnerships and sponsorships and stuff. And we'll get to that in just a moment, but I want to touch on the membership part for just a moment. What does it take for somebody in our community to become a member? And if they wanted to become a member, who do they need to contact?
Well, so there are various levels throughout our booster club, and every level entails different perks and rewards and different kind of things that are included in that. But the lowest level is $250,
mm-hmm.
just $250, and that's literally as low as it can go. And you can contact, obviously, myself. you can contact our Booster Club president, Nancy Whaley, or you could also contact Sarah Davis, who is in charge of memberships.
Absolutely.
And any Booster Club member can help facilitate a membership. It's a very easy process. We just have a form to fill out, and we get you registered, and then we will get you on our emails. We will get you on our mailing list. We will get you set up to attend our meetings and be a part of what we're doing, be a part of our drive to raise money for scholarships and to help support these young men.
And folks, if you're interested, we will put that information in the end credits that will roll after our interview is done. So you can jot that information down and get in contact with these people, and they will help you and they'll facilitate you through a membership. Get started with a membership to this basketball club. So the other committee that is set up is the sponsorship committee. They have established a nice platform to start from. Can you give us a peek at the options available and maybe something along the lines of a pricing menu?
Absolutely. So we've decided to offer certain sponsorship and advertising opportunities to businesses throughout the area and throughout the community and throughout the Northwest Georgia area. That will also in turn help us raise money towards scholarships. All of these opportunities, despite the fact that they can be advantageous for a business in offering advertising, offering exposure for your company or whatever your business supports, but it also supports all of that money goes towards supporting scholarships. So we have various opportunities. The first and kind of most prevalent opportunity is our scores table. We have opportunities at our scores table. We have a board at our scores table that rotates different graphics. We would like to use that to advertise, to present advertising opportunities. So we have two different, without getting too much into the details, we have two different options. We have our center board option. We have our two outer board options, in which case your logo will rotate on a 30-second interval throughout the game. So if you think about a game being a minimum of 40 minutes, if there are no whistles, no stops, and you're rotating at 30-second, you have basically two 30-second interval rotations. So therefore, you have an advertisement every 30 seconds for 40 minutes.
Gotcha.
So you have a great opportunity and a great you have good visibility, and you have a good opportunity to get company name out there and to make it visible to all the Roadrunner fans all over the nation who are watching it, whether it be at home or whether it be at the game, on the webcast, because our camera is directly opposite of our scores table. And so that logo and that scores table will be available throughout the broadcast of the game. The other, another opportunity that we have is commercials. We are offering with our new, some of the new webcast technology that Eric has helped set up. We have now have some opportunities to air some commercials during our webcast. And so it looks like we'll have an opportunity for a minimum of 16, just based on the setup, the already guaranteed timeouts that happen throughout a game. We'll have a minimum of 16 opportunities for commercials. And so we are looking to provide some opportunities again for some of the companies and some of the people in the community that support us and are interested in supporting us to advertise their businesses throughout the course of the game. And those commercials will be seen by all Roadrunner fans all throughout the nation who watch our games.
Right.
We also have some really cool opportunities, without getting too much into it, for sponsorships of our starting lineup, or and this is another unique thing that we offer, is our 3-point shot. We are offering a sponsorship of our 3-point shot. So every
something I'm excited about,
and it will offer a very, very unique opportunity here, because the 3-point shot sponsor will be that name and logo will appear every time we make a 3-point shot throughout the season. And so last year we made 695 threes throughout the season, throughout our 33 games, about half of which were at home. So you're looking at almost 350, between 350 and 400 3-point makes at home, which therefore is 350 to 400 opportunities for company name and logo to appear on our webcast,
Mm-hmm.
announced by our PA announcer, and to show up on the big boards at our games.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really, really unique opportunity to advertise in this community and at the same time support scholarships.
Absolutely, because all that money that's raised goes to scholarships for the men's basketball program, correct?
100% of the money raised goes towards scholarships for the men's basketball program. So this is such a unique opportunity because it offers business advantages, it offers exposure for businesses, and at the same time, it supports the young men and women that are out there on the court playing in the Roadrunner uniform and trying to get their education at Dalton State.
Absolutely. I mean, there's perks available for being a member of the Booster Club. There's perks available for being a sponsor to Dalton State basketball. So stay tuned to these end credits, folks. If you are interested, we will have the information rolling for membership and sponsorship opportunities as well. So
I will, if I can, real quick, I will go ahead and say too, for everybody listening, any information or any inquiries about the Booster Club, the email is Roadrunner Basketball Club, all spelled out, Roadrunner with no S, Basketball Club 20@gmail.com.
perfect.
Any inquiries, anything we're interested, whether it's memberships, advertising opportunities, or any other forms of involvement with the Booster Club, please email us, and we will get back to you and we will work with you on that.
Absolutely. And once again, we'll post that up there. We'll make sure it's in the end credits. And you heard Coach mention it right here. So in closing out our interview, I started this off as the quarantine question, but now as we've kind of gotten back into more daily life and everything, I have taken it down to just our random kind of question at the end, but it's still related to our global pandemic. So what lifestyle change have you made because of the global pandemic, Coach?
I would say I've made several lifestyle changes. I think just being more isolated and being more at home, being at home more has led to certain things. Obviously, I haven't eaten out as much when I'm on the road recruiting or when I'm on the road traveling for a game and we're going Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and you're stopping at a gas station at 2:00 in the morning and you're hungry. Been able to work out a little bit more. Been able to spend kind of more time to myself and working and thinking and just kind of growing my knowledge of the game and expanding, my knowledge in different ways, just getting better. Naturally, the quarantine and the global pandemic has kind of raised awareness of, safety and making sure that we are being as clean and courteous and of others and as safe as possible, and wearing masks and social distancing and making sure we wash our hands and doing stuff like that. But I think also the kind of time to yourself has really, it's allowed me to grow as a person, and I hope a lot of people have used that time as well to grow as a person and just better yourself, spend more time working on whether it's your health, your fitness, your mental health, whatever it may be. And so that's probably the biggest lifestyle change for me, is I've been able to grow, and I feel like I've grown a lot in the last 6 months, and it's very important to me to keep growing.
Definitely. And speaking of growing, one thing is that beard on your face there that you have grown as well. It's
Yes.
Welcome to the beard club, sir.
Well, I appreciate it. I think they're being called either quarantine or COVID beards is the term now. And they have been. It's a pretty popular thing. I know a lot of the high major coaches I've seen. Roy Williams is still sporting a beard.
Wow.
Roy Williams has not sported a beard in 40 years.
Right.
Mike Bray is sporting a beard. John Calipari is sporting a beard. And so I've noticed a lot of my coaching brethren throughout the ranks sporting quarantine beards. We don't get the opportunity to do this much, and so we've taken the opportunity while we've been able to. I think it'll be interesting in the fall to see how many coaches are wearing beards, or I should say, when we tip off, I think it'll be interesting to see how many coaches have decided to stick with the beard throughout and made it more than just a quarantine beard.
Right. Made an actual lifestyle change itself.
There you go. See?
Well, Alex, we want to thank you again for joining us. Just a reminder to everyone, we'll be here every Thursday night, 6 p.m. on Facebook with a new video. I want to give you a reminder, follow all of our channels on Dalton State Sports on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube. We're going to be putting up some new things. We're going to be putting these videos up on YouTube with a couple of other things that we've done throughout the summer as well. Remember, the handles are in the end credits. I'm Eric Simpson. Once again, thanking Coach Alex Ireland for joining us today. Thank you again, Coach.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And thank you for watching, and everyone have a great night.